Well, we made it here to Eagle Creek Trail in Oregon, and we're about to start our hike. We're just gonna do about 30 miles before PCT days kicks off tomorrow. The trailhead is right off of Interstate 84. You can hear the interstate. So we're gonna have a good hike. We got
Buzz will get going here. Maybe
yeah, if we can get Buzz ready. He had to finish his Red Bull.
Yeah, let's do it.
So we got Matt, aka Details here, and Buzz, Little Buzzy for now. We need to come up with a more official trail name for Buzz, maybe on this hike. This trail is going to be pretty incredible, walking next to, I guess, Eagle Creek. And there's going to be a bunch of waterfalls. Tunnel Falls is kind of the big waterfall along this route. So then we're going to be hitting a lake. We're going to camp around tonight, and then we're going to connect over to the PCT, and it'll be about a 25-mile loop or something like that. Well, this is how it starts off, and apparently we're going to be kind of hiking like this right next to the creek the entire time through the gorge. Feels great outside right now. It's probably like in the high 60s, I would say, maybe low 70s, but like I said, it's going to get warm today, and I don't think we're going to be up too high elevation, so it'll be toasty. Well, you can see the creek all the way down there. We're slowly climbing up, and mountains off in the distance. Very beautiful. When I left Oregon on the PCT near Klamath Falls, it was just starting to kind of look more like this. Thicker forest, and so much of the trail before that had been more open, and so the forest was quite lovely. It's absolutely gorgeous through here. Definitely kind of has a feel of the Smokies in a way, especially when you get kind of a little bit further back into the forest with all the moss. Well, we think we took the wrong trail. There was a trail intersect, but the signs were so old and beaten down you couldn't really tell anything. And the only sign that existed was one that said trail, and it pointed this way, down to the very bottom. So we're going to be climbing back up again. But this is kind of cool. Little waterfall down here. And like a cave. Huh. Interesting. I bet this water feels nice and cool. Yeah, look at that cave over there. Well, one of the things I love about the trails out here is all the moss on the trees. Really gives it a cool feel, a different feel. It's beautiful up here in northern Oregon. Really, we're just a couple miles from the border of Washington State. It's beautiful. We just ran into a couple of Zpacks customers. They had most of our gear. It was pretty cool. First through hikers we've seen. We knew we'd see some coming down here because most PCT hikers take this trail. This isn't actually the PCT, but it's a more dramatic, more beautiful trail with the waterfalls. So most people detour off of the PCT to hit Eagle Creek Trail. So it's always wonderful to see through hikers. They've just got probably about 600 miles left, I'd say, from here. Well, it's very hard to keep hiking when you keep running into beautiful waterfalls like this. There's so many of them all along the way so far. It'd be pretty cool if the trail was kind of able to skirt the lower portion of the stream. God, I mean, that pool is amazing. Just go sit down there for a little bit. And we've been seeing a big bird of prey flying around making a lot of noise. It's either, I think it's either an osprey, or it kind of looked like a bald eagle. I don't know if, I know there's bald eagles here at some points of the year, I would assume. It might be here full year-round, but last time I was out here, well, I was actually in Northern California near Bernie Falls. Me and Two-Tone thought we saw a bald eagle, but then we realized once it actually landed that it was an osprey. It was just flying right below Bernie Falls along that beautiful river, and probably getting its fair share of fish. So whatever bird it is we've been seeing, it's been real loud. And look at this incredible bridge we're coming up to, man. It's a good distance above this gorge or canyon. I mean, the wall, the other side is just right there. So it's very narrow in this little part. Man, what a cool trail. If you are out here in Portland, this is a 35-minute drive, not far from Portland. I mean, like I said, you're right off the interstate. It's just a breathtaking trail. Definitely Eagle Creek Trail is probably one of the most beautiful short distance trails in the country, I think. Man, I don't know if how easy it is to see just exactly how high up this bridge is, but look how narrow the canyon is right here. Pretty incredible. Man, I'm loving this trail so far. We're only about 3 or 4 miles in too. Well, we've got yet another bridge crossing. You just keep zigzagging right back up and over. But this one's kind of cool because we got some kind of like, it almost looks like volcanic rock with like some moss over it, or it could just be normal rock with moss. And there's a nice breeze just blowing down through here. We passed some more great pools with waterfalls that would be quite amazing to get down to and just spend the day at. But we're gonna keep going. We've done almost 5 miles, and we're gonna do about 13 and a half or so today. Well, I think we might already be to Tunnel Falls. We've been passing waterfalls all along this trail. It's incredible. But this one's definitely bigger than the rest, and yeah, this could be it. I think this is it. Yeah, look at this. Pretty incredible. Wow. Wow. Wow, this is beautiful. The trail just goes right behind it here and comes across there. Wow. Wow. It's quite tempting to go down there and get in the water. I've been waiting to come to this waterfall for a long time. I thought I was going to do it on the PCT last year, but I didn't make it this far, unfortunately. But this is pretty cool right here. Wow. Check this out. Look at that water. Woo! This is what it's all about right here. Man. Golly. This is neat, huh?
Crazy.
Wow. Okay, let's check this out in here. Tunnel Falls. Woo! Not too bad, I'll tell you. Man, it feels good under here. It's dripping. Water's dripping from the ceiling. Really nice, because it is starting to get warm out. Man. Mountains are rising up pretty high around us now. We're at about 1,000 feet in elevation. I love this. Oh man, you can feel the mist of the water. Tunnel Falls, this is pretty incredible. Pretty incredible. If you like waterfalls, man, come hike this Eagle Creek Trail. Man, this is pretty far down fall right here. You gotta be careful. People slip off these waterfalls pretty easily trying to get that perfect Instagram picture. There, a girl just fell off a waterfall in Washington a couple months ago. Got drawn out here. Well, I'll tell you, the lake that we are hiking to is spectacular. The photos I've seen of it, absolutely incredible. I'm really looking forward to that. The forest, the trees, the big trees just come right up to the lake. So it's going to be a wonderful place to spend the night. 13 miles in. Well, these waterfalls just don't get old, man. I'll tell you what, there's another one. Endless places to stop. Now the only problem is it's very difficult to get down to these beautiful waterfalls. Well, we've been hiking for around 9 miles or so, and we're probably going to stop and have some lunch here in a little bit when we get close to some water. We might be coming up on some right now. It's been a great trail so far. You can definitely tell it's starting to get warmer though. It's supposed to be about 96 today. It's definitely feeling closer to that now at around 12:30. Yeah, this is great. Yeah, well, we're gonna grab some water. Maybe munch some food, little lunch break. Not too bad of a place for that, a little waterfall actually back in there. Well, we got up here above Tunnel Falls, and the trail has kind of changed as we've walked away from the creek and a much thicker forest now. We're closer to 2,200 feet now. We were down at about 400 when we started. The forest is just a lot thicker, and it is definitely hot out, but it's not bad. I think I see some people up there. It's beautiful though, man. I'll tell you, the forest. I didn't get to experience much of this on the PCT last year when I got off. It wasn't really looking like this. I mean, it had started to look more like this in Northern California and Oregon, but this is great. Really great. Of course, like I said, we're not really on the PCT right now, but we're about to be. Well, there has been some great water sources so far on this trail, but this might be the best one so far. The water is ice cold. We're not too far from probably the end of our day, this lake. I'd assume it's maybe another mile and a half or so, so we're gonna keep going. We're getting close. It's only about 2:30. Well, we've made it to the lake. Now we just have to find a good camp spot. It's beautiful up here near 4,000 feet. Well, we just made it to the lake. What an incredible place here. Pretty breathtaking. The lake is absolutely packed. Apparently there's a road over there in that direction, so you can drive right up here, and there are probably 10 to 15 camp spots, and every single one of them had people at them. I mean, you can see a tent there and some people in there. So unfortunately, if this was we hiked 15 miles to get here, so you know, you could really cut down on the impact of these areas if you just avoided having a road right up to it. I mean, the place has definitely been hit pretty hard in certain areas, so if you had to hike back here 13 miles to get here, it would really be probably a lot different place. But we've got a great camp spot. We're just not right on the water. I walked down here to it. Matt and Buzz got right in their tent and are sleeping, so I typically don't like to do that. When I get to a good camp spot, I really like to enjoy it because it's beautiful, and we're only out here for a little bit, so this is pretty Pretty incredible place. So I'm just gonna sit out here on this log, put my feet in the water, and rest and take some photos and really just take it all in before we go work PCT days tomorrow and Saturday. Well, this is our camp spot tonight. We lucked out because we walked all the way around this lake trying to find a camp spot and we could not find one. But then we just decided to hike on away from the lake and just came up just a little bit and we found this great spot. And I was down there earlier in the water, so we're actually not too far from it at all. It's only a few hundred feet, but we got a good camp spot here. We just had some dinner. I had my mountain house, been eating some bacon, and we're gonna sleep good tonight. It was hot and we're pretty beat. And then tomorrow, I don't know how many miles we got, probably 15. So it's gonna be a good one. Well, we started off day 2 and we decided to go back the way we came because we ended up hiking about 15 miles yesterday and we have to be back for PCT days starting at 2, and we still have to make a couple runs to some stores before that. So we started hiking at 6:45 and we've got to get 15 miles in and get everything done before 2. So the route that we came was uphill the entire time, so we'll be going downhill the whole way back today. Instead of if we had gone on the PCT, it would have been a little bit longer and most likely some more ups and downs. So we had a great night last night though at our camp spot, and it feels great out this morning. And we got out of our camp pretty early, so should have a pretty easy day of hiking today. I have to say I really have loved the forest through here. It's really quiet out here. Sound of a few birds. That's about it. Well, we're still heading back down. We've been hiking for a little over 2 hours now and really flying since it's all downhill. Pushing at about 4 miles an hour pace. The guys are behind me a little bit, but this really is a cool trail. It's not my favorite trail that I've ever done just because it gets so much activity. The trail is really beaten down, but the waterfalls and the creek is just pretty breathtaking. So definitely come out here and hit it up if you want to. And I recommend doing what we did. You can just hike up to the lake, Wahtum Lake. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Walk up to that, it's 13.1 miles, and then you can come back the same route, or you can take the PCT route, which is a little bit longer. But honestly, it's incredible taking the same route back too. I've noticed things that I didn't quite notice the first time, just because I'm going downhill now and I'm able to really observe everything around me. When you're going uphill, sometimes you really zone out. So this has been really enjoyable. I passed a few through hikers heading down as well. So been a great day so far. Only a couple hours away from the car though. Well, we are back to Tunnel Falls. Probably one of the coolest waterfalls I've ever been to. It really is just beautiful. Beautiful. And it's just a lot cooler over here at the waterfall. Such a unique place. Wow. I love it, man. It's so great to be here. It really is. Tunnel Falls. Wow. Whew. Man, it feels good in here. Kind of glad we came back this way, man, just to be able to see this majestic waterfall again. Golly. Oregon, man, this state has some incredible sights to be seen. especially northern Oregon. All the waterfalls up here are just absolutely incredible. There's endless amounts of waterfalls that you can hike to. I'm sure all the trails to those waterfalls are probably heavily used, but you know, I see why. I mean, you come and take a look at something like that, it's pretty incredible. But I've seen some photos and some videos of some other waterfalls that look almost just as incredible, if not more so. So what a great hike, man. What a great hike. Well, I'm gonna keep running down this trail so we can get over to PCT days and get everything set up, hang out with the hikers. Well, we finished our hike and we are here at Cascade Locks for PCT days. This is day 2 and we get everything set up here. Pretty cool place, and we're not too far. Bridge of the Gods, where the PCT crosses over, is right there. So this is a beautiful setting for a hiking event. You got hikers set up on the island out there. Hundreds of tents. So, great event. It's been a great time here in Oregon.